What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 5 of the Drivematch Podcast. My name is Ravi Wadan. I'm joined by my good friend and colleague, Ali Busnaina, and we're going to talk about everything that's happening in the car market, talk about drivematch.com, talk about some awesome deals that we're seeing. What's up, Ali? How you doing?
Hey, Ravi. Great. December is a crazy month right now.
December is a crazy month. So first things first, is it true that, in December is the best time to get deals? Because that's kind of what you hear a lot. Is that is there some truth to that?
There is, yeah. Historically, it's always been the best month because you have a combination of making your quarter end goals and year end goals.
Yep.
So historically, it's always been the best. I'd say the only time that didn't really happen was during COVID, but we're back. December is the best.
We're back, and I think we have some big news to share with our users. We just officially launched what we internally call DriveMatch 3.0, but now we have DriveMatch 3.0, so users can get curated deals, so the kind of the pre-negotiated deals that we had, historically. And then now, Ali, do you want to talk about the newest version, the new marketplace that we have?
Yeah, it's really really something special that myself and our team has been really working very hard on. So you can shop any dealer, essentially. We've now opened it up to Arizona, California, and Oregon. You can shop any dealer, price out a lease or a finance, and submit that to a dealer to get the car. So it's really cool because, we have a payment grid where you can see which term, what miles is really the optimal deal for that car. And we as industry experts set the pricing and discounts for those deals. So these are deals that are very fair deals that we think are very reasonable for the market. And it really takes a lot of the back and forth out of the equation when shopping for a new car.
Yeah. I think you said it best, and I think a lot of people want to know what their monthly payment's going to be, what the interest rate's going to be, whether you're leasing or financing, and they just want to get a rough idea of what's, like you said, what's a fair deal without having to visit a dealership and spend, hours at a dealership filling credit applications. Now with DriveMatch, for any new car in the country, you can get a very good estimate of what your monthly payment's going to be. And then, the cars that we talked about before this, we started this podcast, you can see the interest rates and what, like BMW, X3, X5, X7, we'll talk about that more in detail, but fantastic 0.9% APR. And we don't see that every day on BMWs, which is just awesome.
Yeah, and the best part about this, the new Drive Match is you can submit this to a dealership completely anonymously. So,
Which is
yeah, you
fantastic.
don't have to share so what happens is once the dealer accepts your deal, then you get connected to the dealership, but not until the deal has been finalized. Then you're not getting spammed or called by dealerships. It's really a next generation way of shopping.
It is next generation. Not to name any names, but when you go and submit like your name and your phone number and your email, and then you're getting 10 different dealers calling you, and emails that you have, that they'll keep sending you emails for years until you unsubscribe, essentially.
We've all been through
We've
it.
all been there,
Yes.
and so that won't happen with Drive Match, which is fantastic. So yeah, I wanted to give the users a quick demo, but I don't think we need to. It's pretty self-explanatory, and if you want to see how the Drive Match works, you can check out either my videos or Ali's videos on our Instagram pages or on YouTube. I'm going to be doing a lot of deep dives, so if you really want to get the nitty-gritty, you can go check those out there. But I wanted to talk about a piece of news, Ali, that happened. Ford officially scrapped the F-150 Lightning, and I think we kind of saw this coming because last month we talked about, Ford was considering at that point in time, considering kind of axing the whole Lightning program. But now it's official, and it's kind of a bummer because it's an awesome truck. It really is an awesome truck. And so, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? What do you think is going to happen with the market?
First, I'm kind of sad. I mean, when that truck first came out, I think it was like 2022 when it first launched. I remember they were the hottest commodity. Like you couldn't get it. They were over sticker. There was also like a resale market for it. People were buying them and flipping them. And I really wanted one for the longest time. I think it's a great truck. It's got one of the biggest frunks in the game.
Yes. Yeah.
And you can really use it much differently than a normal kind of pickup truck buyer, in that you actually have a secure storage area
Yes.
if you just have an open bed, and all the outlets in that storage area and throughout the truck. Like it
Oh,
was just such a versatile
yeah.
truck. It's
Thing's got a 240-volt built in too. Like you can charge another
yeah,
EV off of it, which is
you could,
fantastic.
yeah.
Which is just wild.
I think there's a few items that you and I have discussed where I think they went a bit. I'd say maybe the design or engineering was a bit rushed on it, like the rear suspension, the way that it visually looks is not very appealing, especially
Yeah.
driving from the back. It just looks kind of like they slapped it together, if you will.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
they didn't, but it just doesn't look as refined as it could, especially for the price point. And I think the other biggest thing was using it as an actual truck has proven to be difficult, especially in the colder climates.
Yes.
So I think, unfortunately, that's what probably made the decision to axe it. Like for commercial use and towing, I remember when it first came out, seeing the towing videos of only getting like 70, 80, 100 miles.
Yes, I think Hoovie's Garage did a video on
Hoovies,
it. And
that's
that
what it was. Yes,
Hoovie's just
love
yeah
Hoovie's
that
Garage.
I think Hoovie's Garage. I think he just destroyed that thing. I
Yeah,
think like
that's
the range
right.
went from like 100 miles, like it dropped by like 60%, which was just insane. And so for a lot of people that rely on their pickups to tow boats for the family, for Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day weekend, it becomes out of question. You know what I mean?
It's tough. Yeah,
And,
like
and
I've had clients interested in those vehicles, and they're like, well, we want to be able to tow the boat to the lake,
yes,
and they can't. It's just not an option, Even if
exactly right.
and if you're going to stop and charge, it just kills the endeavor.
And I don't know about the engineering side of it as much as probably you do, as since you are actually an engineer. But it seems like the thermals, like the heat management system, when it's really really cold out on the F1 on the Lightning, really struggles. And I always find that really ironic with the big three automakers, since they are in Detroit, where Detroit's one of the coldest metropolitan areas like in the country,
Yeah.
and the fact that they didn't have the foresight, or maybe they did have the foresight, but they didn't really account for cold weather when they are all headquartered in very, very cold climate. That was just like the ironic thing to me.
Yeah, I think it's a combo of cost and just tech. So
Yes.
you remember that? I mean, this truck came out in 2022, and the design work probably started in, I don't know, 2018, 2017
Yeah.
for this truck. So we're really basing it on thermal technologies, and they don't. The legacy automakers, as much as I love them, they just don't. They're not as nimble and agile as companies like Tesla or Lucid, as far as battery
For sure.
design. And they I would say have more I don't even know the right word, legacy or historic testing that they do, which a lot of these newer automakers, especially Chinese automakers, I would say, do not do the level.
Oh,
Like to launch something brand new technology.
for sure.
Yeah, just the amount of testing that a
Just a
legacy
more
automaker
rigorous kind
would
of
do.
testing
Exactly.
schedule. Yeah, yeah, that's so
So
true.
I
Yeah,
think
and
that was part of it.
speaking of cost, they said it's cost them. I'm reading this article, AP News, and it says that the company's lost $13 billion on EVs since 2023, and the overall hit that they're going to take is going to be $19.5 billion. So, and that's one of the things we always talk about, right? Is EVs are fantastic, but they are expensive to build, and if you're not agile with your manufacturing capabilities and like Tesla's, we've talked about this before, but Tesla is the only manufacturer that's actually making money off of EVs right now, right? Everybody else is
Yeah.
losing money still
Yeah.
because they're so expensive to build. That's the thing. And so, yeah,
It's just such a bummer. Like I really like the truck, and for me in Arizona, like that truck makes sense because we don't get those, deep freezes like you do up north. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a bummer. We'll
And
see
the
what
ironic
happens on
thing,
the used
for
market.
those of you that follow me on Instagram, is that I've been doing a bit of car reviewing recently, and Ford sent me a Lightning on Monday, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be nice to to drive around." And on Tuesday, they announced that they're discontinuing the truck, so I'm like, "Okay, I gotta make
Oh
some,
man,
I guess, make some content on a discontinued model." But you know what? There's still inventory out there, and
there's
I'm
still a
sure a
lot of
lot of people are
inventory. Yeah. Yep.
still shopping for it.
Yeah.
I would say my gut instinct is definitely lease it since it's not going to be in production anymore. I don't want people paying, over or buy it on the used market. Or if you want a brand new one, I would say definitely lease it. Would you agree with that sentiment?
100%. Yeah.
100%, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay, well, let's kind of shift gears here. And one thing I wanted to let everybody know on Drive Match is I was just searching for a Mustang Mach-E for a relative, and I was like, man, the Mustang Mach-E is leasing really, really well right now. And I want to talk about it and kind of share my screen with the audience here and talk about the Mustang Mach-E deal. And I'm hoping that this is this. All right,
Oh
perfect.
yeah.
So, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the new drivematch.com. You can search for any new car in the country, as I mentioned. And I was just looking for a 2025 Mustang Mach-E. We had a family member who called me yesterday and was like, "Hey, my mom wants to maybe potentially lease a Mustang Mach-E. What's it looking like in terms of leasing cost and financing it?" And I was like, "Well, you got to go check out drivematch.com." So I went to DriveMatch and I found this Mustang Mach-E. This one isn't in Detroit. They're in Detroit, but I'm in Seattle. And I found this one near me. It has an MSRP of $44,585. And on DriveMatch now, all you do is click on build your deal. If you want to see the car on the dealer's website, you can just click on this button here that says visit dealer website. But click on build your deal. It's going to take you down to the bottom of this page. And from here, you can kind of structure your lease deal. And as you can see here, it defaults to 36 months, 10,500 miles, because Ford does 10,500, not 10,000 like
Yeah.
most of the other manufacturers.
Yes.
And then with $1,000 due at signing, you're looking at a monthly payment of $333 a month. And if you want to look at the grid, this is such a cool feature, the grid. I love the grid. You can look at different terms and different mileages. And so if you wanted to do let's say 36 month at 15,000 miles, you're looking at $374 a month. And this is
Wow.
inclusive of all fees, taxes, registration fees, first month's payment, acquisition fee, dealer fees. It's all built in. So, I mean, a fantastic deal. Ali, would you agree?
That's a really great bargain. Yeah.
It's a fantastic deal. And even if you wanted to finance it, I wouldn't recommend financing this particular car, but they are offering 0%. You can compare all terms and rates here, but you can see that there's a 0% APR available right now for 60 months. But at 60 months, you're still looking at a payment of $702 with $0 down. So if we do it, let's do apples to apples comparison. So 1,000 down, $693 a month if you finance. 1,000 down, $333 if you lease. And even if you want to do 10,000 miles, your payment might get to like $370, $380. Let's just do it. So 15,000 miles, you're looking at $374 versus $671. So if you're in the market for the Mach-E, I would highly recommend that you lease it. They offer the 0% deals, and you're not paying any interest, but your total cost of ownership is going to be much, much cheaper if you lease this car. But yeah, that's the way you shop on DriveMatch.com now. And for those of you that are in the market for a Mustang Mach-E, I think it's just a phenomenal deal right now. So
And it's a great car too for the cost. I mean, you're getting a lot of car for that lease payment.
I agree. It's a really, really cool car. My dad's in the market, as you know. He's always in the market for a for an EV, and I think this might be the one. Maybe we'll get him
Nice.
the Mach-E. It's and Ford actually the implementation is really good. Like the UI is really good. With that F-150, I've got to check out the interface and stuff. It's good. Yeah, they make a good product. It's overall. I mean, it's a bargain at sub $350 range. It's an absolute bargain. The next thing on our agenda right now is if you're in the market for a BMW X3, X5, or X7, I think right now is just a fantastic time to shop for one. Ali, you want to kind of give the details?
I mean, it's just unheard of the deals that we're seeing with BMW. We're seeing under 1% interest rates on some of their top selling models. So we're seeing it on X7, X5, X3. I've just never never even imagined that that would happen. I mean, that's BMW's bread and butter, and
Yes.
you can just save thousands upon thousands of dollars by taking advantage of these December holiday deals. They're just unbelievable.
And that's a good point because X3, X5, X7. I mean X3, X5 for sure. I don't know about the X7, but X3, X5 are probably our top sellers. And typically, for those of you that maybe don't follow the automotive market as closely as us per se, typically when you see a 0.9% APR on a car, it's usually a car that maybe isn't selling that well, or the public perception isn't that great, or maybe it's a new model. But these are well established trims and models for BMW. So it's really exciting to see. I'm actually pulling one up right now on Drivematch so I can show the audience.
I mean, to give some background, these cars, I mean, for months, and they've been selling very well. For months, they were in the 5-6% range, and until now, we've never seen this kind of incentivized rates on these cars.
And you want to talk about your interior test video that you did on the X3?
Yes, yeah,
That's pretty hilarious.
That went pretty viral. Yeah, the X3, the one in particular had the fabric interior, fabric lined dashboard, which I've only ever seen maybe one or two times. They're rarely ordered like that. That was actually a demo loaner car. So
Okay.
that's probably why it was in that status.
Okay.
That interior. But it's the standard interior is actually a lot better. I have a video that I'm going to be posting about that here shortly. And I think next year, there's rumors next year that the interior will get a refresh from BMW a bit sooner than it normally would have. But
is it going to be a full like LCI interior exterior? Would it be categorized as an LCI? You think? Okay.
The rumors are it's getting what the iX3 has. So I don't know if you've seen the videos.
I don't think I have. No, I haven't yet.
It's a pretty huge departure from what is in the X3 currently. So
actually, I did. Does it have like the very unique steering wheel too?
Yes,
it's like the kind of squared out steering wheel
Yep.
that looks kind of very, very unique. Okay, I saw some videos about it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, granted, the materials on the upper portions of the door cards and dashboard, I'd say are pretty good. They did skimp on those lower panels, but I mean, in reality, you're not going to be dragging your hand over it,
Yeah.
But
it's just a departure from what we're used to seeing, right? I mean, and you touched on that, like the last gen. I don't know the designation, but the last gen, the previous gen, like even though they were lower MSRP cars, like the interior never really had that kind of scratchy surface, or
yes,
right?
yeah.
It's kind of
The BMW on those cars has generally had a full, what I'll call full soft touch panel on it, which is definitely more premium. I mean, the split panels you see more on like your Toyota Camrys, stuff like that have that kind of split. But that said, the interior is still very solid.
It's nice.
I had the car for 2 days. It's, you don't hear rattles, you don't hear squeaks. It's still a very solid, quiet interior. But I was just disappointed to see that departure. But it sounds like they're making a change, but it's still a great car.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that's good. I actually wanted to kind of touch on the X3 and compare it to the GLC because you said that you could save thousands of dollars, but I just want to show the viewers how much money you can actually save, and assuming similar MSRP. So let me try to share my screen again here and pull up. Ali, are you able to see that?
Oh yeah, yep.
Okay, so here we have a 2026 X3 at BMW of Seattle. The MSRP is $63,225. If we go to build your deal and we click on finance, and let's just go ahead and open up the compare all terms and rates. And you can see on I think up to 60, so up to 60 months, you can see that you have a 0.9% APR. And your monthly payment's looking at, a little over $1,000. But look at this, total interest over 60 months, $1,371. That's an absolute bargain. And to give you context,
actually the 72 is pretty good too, 1.49.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, 72. 1.49. I mean, you can still put that money, in a high yield savings account, try to put the least amount of money down as possible, put it in a high yield savings account or put it in the market, and you can draw from that account. You're pretty much, um, I mean, at rates like this, why not?
Yeah. What's the
Uh,
GLC look like?
the GLCs, oh, sorry, I did the lease. Let's do the finance on the same 60-month term. You're looking at 3.99%. So your
Which is
total
still a
interest
good
paid,
rate, but
still a pretty
wow,
good rate.
the
Yeah,
difference is jeez.
$6,189 on 72 months. Look at this, $9,410 versus $1,371. So, interest rates definitely matter, right?
Yeah.
So they
Yeah, on the
definitely matter. This
72,
is,
it's like you're almost 7K in savings.
yeah, almost, yeah, $7,000 in savings, which is huge. So,
That's Yeah,
and then
most people
on,
don't really think about that. They see the rate and they're like, oh, 399, that sounds good, but when you actually put it in math like that, it's
it
staggering.
makes, and when you think about X5, X7s, where your
Yeah,
higher
even
MSRP
more.
vehicles,
Yeah,
it's going to be the savings are going to be even more substantial, which
even
is
greater. Yeah.
which is greater. You said there was um, some other vehicles that are also running some. There's some vehicles running some fantastic APRs like that. I think Volkswagen Atlas
Yeah,
was at zero.
we're seeing some really, really good just interest rates across the board on new cars. So, and family SUVs too, which, we haven't, three-row family SUVs have been like a market that has remained high,
Yeah.
because it's a very in-demand car. So we're seeing it, like you said, on the Atlas, which is one of my favorite, I'd say like standard class SUVs for families, and also the Nissan Pathfinder is 0% for 60 months, which is that's zero. You can get
Yeah.
better than that. So
That's a that's a
that's
bargain.
it really is. We're seeing it on the Equinox as well, but and some of the Subarus as well are we're seeing very strong interest rates.
Okay, fantastic. So yeah, for those of you out there shopping for a car, I hope that was helpful. And then if you ever want to see an interest rate again, you can just go to drivematch.com. You can see the interest rate on any new car in the country, which could save you so much time, give you peace of mind, and have a much more transparent picture of what your total cost is going to be, right?
Yes, and you can see
And
real pictures of the cars now too.
yes, real pictures of the cars, which is always nice.
Yes.
The last thing that I had on the agenda for today was just to talk about supply by brand. And so I'm going to pull this up again. I'm going to pull the supply up so we can all see it. Are you able to see this?
Yes.
Yeah, so here we have November's day supply of inventory by brand. And you can see that Lincoln has the highest. So how would you explain how this metrics is? I guess at the current rate of sale, it would take Lincoln 161 days to move all of their inventory, right? That's the correct way
Correct.
of
Yeah.
thinking about this, right?
Exactly. Yep.
So you've got Lincoln at 161 days, Chrysler at 152, Jeep at 148, Audi at 142. Kind of surprised me that they had that much inventory. Um, Ram 135, Mini at 135, Ford at 118, which was surprising. Mitsubishi's on there, and you see Mitsubishi's every now and then, but not very often. Um, Mercedes-Benz I thought was quite high at 109, and the average is at 90 days. And then if we look at the lowest day supply, kind of the the usual suspects, I guess is what
Market
I would
leaders.
say,
Yep.
right? The
Yep.
market leaders. You've got Lexus at just 44 days, Toyota at 45 days, Honda at 61, BMW at 80, Subaru at 80, Porsche at 83. Infiniti's seems like that's a kind of a low number for, like, if you asked me at the beginning of
That
this video,
is.
I would
Yeah.
think Infinity would be more on this end of the table. But
Yep.
Infinity at 84 days
I'm really happy to
is
see
there.
that, honestly. I mean, I'd say the team there is doing really awesome things to really reestablish that brand. Like the QX80 is one of my favorite full size SUVs
Yeah.
on the market today.
And the new one is nice, man. They did
It
a good
really
job with
is.
that thing.
They did an excellent job.
Have you had a chance to drive the 60, the QX60?
I have, yeah.
What are your impressions?
Um, I I wish they went with a six cylinder again. They
Yeah.
switched to the four cylinder.
Okay.
It's not bad, but the other changes they made to it and the interior and just the craftsmanship of it, it's very very good for its class, and just the leasing on that car is just unbelievable. Like
Yeah.
we're seeing just great deals on those cars that you wouldn't expect in a 50, 60 thousand dollar car. So
And even
it's
the new gen is still a three row, right? So it's still a three
it's
row.
still three row, yeah, up to seven seats. It really is a very good vehicle. It's probably one of the biggest unibody SUVs that are out there.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, yeah, I think that's a wrap. I didn't have anything else. If did you have anything else that you wanted to mention?
No, just to highlight those other brands that were at that bottom of the list. They're just very desirable cars. Like, Lexus, Toyota, BMW. We're seeing those cars just fly off the dealer
Yeah.
lot. So if you see a car that you like don't, and you're in the market, don't wait, because those cars are selling.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Especially those BMW might be at the bottom of the list next month. We'll see with the
Yeah,
X3, X5,
yeah. We'll
X7
see how
interest rates.
December. Yeah, we'll
I
check
bet
it
you they're
out next
probably going to
month.
sell a bunch of cars this month, is what I'd guess based on
Well, just from what I'm seeing, boots on the ground, they're moving.
they're moving,
We've
right?
yeah, we've had a lot of customers miss out on certain cars because they've sold. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how December pans out.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Thanks, Ellie, for another
Thank you.
great
Yeah,
session, very informative session, and I'm sure I'll talk to you later today. But thank you all for watching, and be sure to share this podcast with anyone, any car fans out there, and available on all major outlets, including Apple Music, Spotify, and on YouTube. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.